Have you ever thought, pumped up as you are watching this amazing, easy watercolor for beginners that are published on YouTube, and you work the same art as the creator, and then a few hours later, what is it that you missed? It seems so easy. You feel there must be something missing in there, a component that you're not sure about, some magic mix that the teacher has used and sneakily left out of the video. If so, my friend, here are some tips to help you from a fellow learner turned pro artist. Watch to the end. Tip 1 is the most surprising and counterintuitive one. Tip number 10. Perhaps the more easy or low-hanging fruit is to look at the material that you're using versus the material that the tutor is using. Now, this is not such a game changer with graphite and acrylic mediums, but with watercolor, it's possible that the kind of paper and the kind of paint that you're using will make a difference to the end result. Even if they say that you can use a student color or cellulose paper for this painting, I found that the results are wildly different if, say, you're using cotton paper and good quality paints. If your budget is limited, the order for spending usually, for watercolor at least, is the best quality paper, then paints, then brushes. Next tip, number 9, not giving yourself enough time and scheduling breaks. Check out how much the time that the YouTube video is for versus the real time that the creator has said. Now, most of the time the creator will actually put in 40 minutes at least for a 10-minute edited video, usually more. The more detailed the artwork is, the more it takes. It takes hours, it takes even days and months, because we all work only half an hour to 45 minutes to 1 hour at a time. Obviously, because it's so boring to watch an unedited video with all the repeated brushwork and the drying times, also known as watching paint dry. Literally. Many teachers actually provide the edited video and a little description about how long it will actually do in real life. Even if they don't give it, or even if they say it's only a 10-minute thing and you are taking longer, it's all right. You can pause the video. The other funny thing with watercolor, at least, is that actually the magic happens when you leave the colors alone on the paper. When you leave the paint awash on paper and walk away like a good person, go for your coffee break, water break, etc., etc., and the paint dries, the colors soak into the water, and that's where the magic is. So take time to appreciate that magic. Don't rush. Tip number 8. Don't start with a very complex subject. I've done it, suffered. Even if you're aware of your skill level, I would still suggest starting with a simpler topic from the same creator, so that you can get an idea of their teaching method and in the end how you can translate that into your drawing. So you could be someone who's already done watercolor courses, you're an accomplished artist yourself, but you pick up this subject because you really enjoy this creator's different style to yours and you want to try it, which happened with me. Now, you can easily underestimate the amount of time or the amount of complexity of the subject, even though they say it looks simple or whatever. So start small. If you're an intermediate student, or you feel you're comfortable enough in the subject, perhaps maybe graduate from YouTube to a Patreon or a full-length course. I think Skillshare is a good entry level for option at a very low price point, entry price point. The first 1 month is free, I think. This is not sponsored by them ever. Although Skillshare, please do sponsor. Anyhow, I would say definitely there is a lot of merit in learning the art directly from a tutor. You'll also be helping an artist make a living through teaching you. It really cuts down on time. End of the day, I think the most valuable resource for us, all of us, is time. So if you can actually cut down your journey from years and years in the wilderness and get a map from a teacher who can teach you how to do this, much more better, right? Tip 7. After you watch your video once, do a very brief warm-up. Now, a warm-up is usually in watercolor just brush strokes. It could be lines or zigzags or little circles and triangles, brush strokes, things like that. Basically, on scrap hopefully, if possible, same kind of paper as your drawing paper, but if it's different, that's also fine. Basically, you're just playing with the paints, the color and the brush, so that you can get a handle of it. Do about a 5-minute warm-up, and this one thing will actually speed up your painting process. Now, in formal painting, in the atelierist method, and formally when painters paint, we do a graphite sketch or a rough sketch as a thumbnail. Then we also do a thumbnail as a value study in the same color. So we just do different values in the same color. So you can pick up any color. I use this Prussian blue that I don't much use other times, and this Viridian green and stuff like that. Colors that you don't much use, you can use it up using your value study. Same subject and same color, different tones of the same color. This gives you an idea of the light and the dark, and then it also helps your eye get into the painting, the nook and cranny of the painting. As you practice, actually these single color value studies also make very good saleable art and gifts for your friends, because they are actually really good quality, and I personally enjoy a single color painting a lot. Another thing that you can do is, just like think of it as an intense cardio session, you're painting, right? Now if you walked into a gym, we just directly go onto the HIIT section and start huffing and puffing, you're going to result in injury. You would do that after a warm-up, right? That's the same thing with painting. Avoid injury, otherwise ouchies are guaranteed. If you're enjoying this content, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for regular videos on similar topics. Thank you, Thomas. Tip number 6, remember that YouTube videos can be rewatched. Don't just watch once and think that you can get it all at one go. The great thing about YouTube videos is the teacher won't be mad at you if you ask them to repeat n number of times. In fact, it gives them more views and they'll probably be happy for that. So use that and grow in your art. Tip 5, if you get stuck, use the comments section to provide feedback. Most creators are very happy to answer questions, or the community will help you. You don't have to be alone in this journey. Don't suffer alone. It's not worth it. Tip 4, often the same subject has been created by different creators. Search and take the time to see at least a few videos so that you can get a better perspective of the subject you want to draw. Okay, unlike in class, there's actually a huge variety of teachers that you can learn the same subject from for free. How good is that? Often your art, even if you copy all these creators, will be a unique and different voice to all the others. So never worry about watching a video and drawing it, because your art will always be your own. Be confident about that. Tip number 3, if you're starting out and never been formally attended a course in visual art, learn the fundamentals of art. Just learning to draw freehand squares, triangles, circles, learning to shade and creating texture, these things will help you even in watercolor or acrylic and other medium. Because when you learn the principles of art, it's like learning the alphabet in a language. It just makes writing so much more easier, right? And yes, there are great YouTube videos, and yes, yours truly has also made some, so feel free to use them. Don't compare your painting or artwork to the result that the creator has posted. We are not photocopy machines. And that, my friends, is my tip number 1 and the biggest suggestion that I can offer you as a friend on the same journey as you, is that don't think that, just because X has made this particular flower, rose or whatever, yours is not good because it doesn't look like that. It's not supposed to. It's your flower, your painting, your voice. Be proud of it. Last but not the least, this is the counterintuitive tip that I was telling you about. Don't start with a loose style of painting. Please, I beg of you. It looks simpler to just put little daubs of paint and it becomes a flower like Bob Morris style, a tree with its own friend, etc., etc. Very pretty. But actually, people who draw in the impressionist style, like people who draw well as impressionist artists or looser style artists, have a strong grounding in regular art. It takes more skill to do that. It's actually easier to draw realistic. So pick a small subject, perhaps Don't pick up organic subjects like flowers and stuff. Pick a leaf, pick a bell, pick a candle, pick whatever is lying around next to you, a matchbox. Draw a simple shape with pencil and then paint it. And then there's probably a YouTube video for every subject on earth, and you can use that to draw and then move from there. But pick realistic style, hone your skills, then move on to being loose with color. Otherwise, you'll just feel frustrated. Oh, bonus tip: practice. Make a timetable for yourself about every day for at least 5 to 10 minutes if possible, or every second day for 20 minutes. Pick up your paintbrush and pick up a scrap paper or a sketch pad or something and just practice. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't even have to be shown to anyone. Just that single thing of picking up the brush will make your painting muscle stronger. After all, this is muscle memory. The more you practice, the better it will be. Make your practice friction free, as in keep your paint stuff ready in a little box so that you can easily get to it. Make time in your calendar, 10 minutes after dinner just for your practice. It'll really help you, and it'll relax you in a unique, wonderful way that external pursuits can't usually. So our creativity is a wonderful thing that gives us joy for many years. I hope this video helps you. If you like this, please subscribe and like, and I'll keep posting videos like this and exploring art with you. Stay safe, my friends. Take care. Bye.